What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Leroy.
I'm Michael.
So, Fandome was this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We watched it. Some were able to watch it continuously. Some watched it at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Man, let me tell you my setup I had. And coronavirus has not been great, but it has allowed me to have a work laptop. That's pretty nice.
Yep.
I plugged the HDMI cable from the laptop into my TV, had it streaming, was watching it for 8 hours, had my Switch in my hand playing Animal Crossing at the same time. Great. What you had in your hand, a baby?
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. It was great. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff came out. We're going to be putting videos of all this reactions and I guess just kind of reviews of all the stuff that came out.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about the Batman.
And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't that hyped for it.
Oh, really? You didn't like the trailer?
No. I wasn't hyped for the panel. I was like, it's Batman. We know what Batman is. Whatever. Mm-hmm. And I was pleasantly surprised.
That trailer was something.
It was different.
It was. And it's so weird because ever since, it might have been before, but I feel like ever since Batman Begins, we've gotten, now it's dark and gritty. Mm-hmm. And everything has to be dark and gritty.
Well, I mean, Tim Burton's was dark.
Yeah, but it was kind of campy too.
No.
I thought it was, it wasn't campy like Batman Forever.
I mean, it's campy compared to like Batman Begins when he's like, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, like, once Christopher Nolan struck gold with his trilogy and it was darker, everything was like, we need to be all more realistic and more grounded, which is fine. I think it worked for that. But I almost feel like DC went too far in one direction. And then that's when we got the Zack Snyder universe, to me. And before this trailer came out, I kept hearing dark and gritty. But I felt like Matt Reeves has found the combination to do that, but also, I don't know what, his dark, gritty, and something else for him, but this is great. I'm excited. I
wasn't really excited because I'm like, it's Batman. It's hard to mess it up. I felt like, a lot of times people jump to conclusion. In my past, I've done the same thing. I thought Heath Ledger was not going to be a good Joker when it was first announced. My first inclination was like, the Brokeback Mountain guy is going to be the Joker. I was like,
Knight's Tale?
The Brokeback Mountain guy?
Hey man, Knight's Tale is a good movie.
It's not as good as Brokeback Mountain. I just didn't think he could bring it, especially when William Dafoe was out there. And I was like, really? So, and then I saw that trailer and I was like, I don't know nothing. Mm-hmm. And so after that, I was like, I'm always going to wait till I see the final product. And then I was like, ooh. So everybody was like, Pattinson, whatever. And I was like, let's wait till the first footage. Don't worry about whatever stills or whatever, because anything can look bad on its own.
I enjoy Entertainment Weekly, but I don't know what it is about their photography, but whenever they get stills from movies, they never look good. I can't think of a still shoot. I'm like, oh, this makes the movie look good. Like, I don't think the Black Panther stills look good when Entertainment Weekly had him. I don't think, now granted, Apocalypse looked bad in the movie and in that book, or in the magazine, but usually there's still, something about stills don't do justice to moving pictures.
Maybe they don't have good photographers. Because, I mean, it might be because if you go look at the photography work that Annie Leibovitz and her staff and the other photographers that Vanity Fair has whenever they do movies, when they did Dune, when they did any of the Star Wars movies, when they did the Endgame and Infinity War stuff, it looks superior to whatever Entertainment Tonight did. So it might be
Entertainment Weekly.
Huh?
Entertainment Weekly.
Whatever. I don't know. I don't care.
Entertainment Tonight is with your boy.
Who?
You know your boy. Fair enough.
So yeah, I withhold judgment, and I was like, I wasn't excited about it. I was like, because I was excited for more stuff, and the panel went by. I didn't watch the panel, and then I saw my phone start blowing up, and everybody's like, "Have you seen the Batman trailer?" And I was like, "Nah," and they was like, "Cause that's my boy," and I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, I would break quarantine for this."
That's an interesting question we should put out there. What movie would you break quarantine for?
I actually did try to put it up.
Oh, did you?
I tried to put up, are you willing to break quarantine for New Mutants? But it didn't save. So I got to do something else.
Hey, Psych, 2 days away.
I may be eating crow on that one, man.
It's supposed to come out.
I still am holding out hope.
I mean, at this point,
I'm holding out hope Godzilla shows up. I mean,
tickets have been
I
sold.
got 2 hurricanes in one time.
Tickets have been sold. Man. I don't know.
Yeah. So let's watch it. We can talk about it as it rolls. But I was really a fan of this trailer.
Okay.
As it starts. Oh,
Not that we wanted. Oh, there.
oh, we did. Okay.
Yeah. Talk around as well.
From your secret friend.
So we've had the Riddler in one movie.
Who?
Batman
Batman
Forever.
Forever. Not a great interpretation. As somebody who doesn't read the comics a lot.
Rest in peace, Joel Schumacher.
As somebody who doesn't read the comics a lot.
Or is this an accurate interpretation?
Well, not even that. It's just
It's
the
a
Riddler. The Riddler never seemed menacing to me.
Any of this
It only had essentially the Batman Forever interpretation.
He's always.
But something about this seems kind of menacing to me.
You're becoming quite a celebrity. Why is he writing to you?
If you are justice, please do not lie.
Like when he's working with the police.
What is the price for your blind eye?
The hell are you supposed to be?
I'm vengeance.
Yeah, you are.
That's when I was sold.
After the beatdown?
This
Oh,
sequence
alright.
right here.
Yeah. And I like his logo treatment
This is when I was sold.
You're part of this too.
How am I part of it?
You'll see.
So I wasn't on board, or I wasn't like overly excited. I was like, it's gonna be Batman. It's gonna be pretty good. I'm good. I don't need to. But this sucked me in. This trailer got me.
too. Yeah. Hats off to Matt Reeves, man. You guys did a great job cutting this trailer. I'm hoping the movie will be just as good as the trailer. There's something about it. I feel like Robert Pattinson's Batman has this force moving him throughout. Whatever his mission is, he's just trying to get to this end point. I don't know what it is, but something is just pushing him. I don't know if it's going to be the death of his parents, as we always know, or whatever, but something is just constantly propelling him forward.
What I want to know, or the things that got me about this trailer was, and it's not that I didn't want to see it or I didn't care about it. It was just one of those things where it's going to be good. It's Batman. It's very rarely do they do a bad job with Batman. But this trailer got me hyped for something in a way that the Snyder Cut trailer did not, and it was the music.
Okay.
And the one thing, and because I wanted to make sure I heard what I heard. This is something in the way from Nirvana.
Yes.
And this is. I understand they're two different movies, tonally. But this trailer did something to me, where I was like on the edge of my seat because I didn't know what was next. Differently from a Leonard Cohen Hallelujah Snyder Cut and this is kind of what I was expecting, this feeling that I wanted to have from the Snyder Cut that we're finally getting. I kind of feel like with this trailer, with this Batman, I'm hoping we're getting a detective and with the savagery that is Batman. The part that got me was that I think people forget, and you've seen the memes where they're like, Batman will just basically beat a dude down and be like, now talk.
Yeah.
That's that dude right there.
Yeah.
Like this, when you think about Batman, and a lot of people forget that the character is dealing with emotional stress and PTSD from an event to where he's turned it and said, I'm going to do the best I can with it. But the other side of it is that he's enjoying it. He's enjoying being this creature that he's created, because you don't do that if you don't get a little bit of enjoyment out of it. And I hope we see that side. I don't think we've ever touched on the side of the Batman who we get glimpses of it when people say, what was old girl's name?
Rachel Dawes.
Yes, when she told him,
This is your mask.
yes. Yeah. And I want to see more of that. And I want to see more. This Riddler is...
Rachel Dawes, or make that up?
What?
Is it Rachel Dawes, or make
Yeah.
that up?
This Riddler is not like the comics. And this movie is supposedly more grounded in realism to a certain extent. And the one thing I liked about this is I think there's going to be a very good way to pull off the Batman and then Gotham City PD, because this is Batman year 2. Mm-hmm. Gotham City PD is year 1 that follows up to this that comes out on HBO Max.
I recently, as a side tangent, but I recently just saw the animated Batman Year 1 movie. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it a lot because it was on HBO Max. I thought it was a nice little tale of showing Batman's journey to become Batman, and then Jim Gordon becoming, I guess he was a lieutenant.
Yeah, he was a regular detective.
Yeah, a detective, lieutenant, and then commissioner. Mm-hmm. I like how that story paralleled in the animated version. So yeah, it's interesting because you generally don't see Batman working with police, right? It's usually just Jim and a few people, but not like the whole department.
Well, it's Jim is basically the one who says we need to work. Let's work with him, and then there are other elements who are like, we don't need him.
Okay.
And so and this is what I'm hoping. The Gotham City PD show shows that strife that says, I'm a cop, I'm not a costume freak. I swore you. Basically, like, look at what's going on right now in our country. The accountability of our law enforcement officers. If I'm a cop, I would take offense to the Batman, because you are not held to the same standards I am. Mm-hmm. You're a vigilante. You get to go as you please. You're held to your own standards. We don't know who you are. We don't know where this money comes from. Mm-hmm. We don't know you. I would really hate that you're saying I can't do my job, and you can, and you're doing it better than me, because you don't operate within the same guidelines I do. So I'm hoping those two stories we get to see, I don't want to say in parallel, but I'm hoping we get to see that side of the police department, as well as enjoying Batman and that relationship he has with the Gotham City PD.
Okay. I'm excited to see Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman. Mm-hmm. Or I guess Matt Reeves says she's not Catwoman yet, but this is her kind of transforming into Catwoman, so I'm excited to see that.
Catwoman, larva.
You and this larva stuff.
You brought it up.
We heard Alfred, played by...
I forget.
Who's Claw?
Oh, Serkis.
Serkis, yeah.
Andy Serkis.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Alfred. We heard him, we didn't see him. Mm-hmm. That was curious, because we saw a lot of stuff. Side note, as I'm thinking all these things, it was great that we got this trailer, but I thought it was weird that we didn't get a trailer for Suicide Squad, because they had finished filming.
We'll get to that, but part of the reason why I think they did a trailer for Suicide Squad is because you may not get a trailer for that for a while. And I think that this right here will tide you over until that point. And I think you need, in a trailer for Suicide Squad, considering everything that was in all those characters, it's going to be hard to introduce in a trailer. So I think you do that. It's different in this because all the characters that are in Batman are pretty much, like, you may not know.
Because there's so many, Batman's been around for so long,
You don't know who Polka Dot Man is.
Yeah.
Hell, I forgot who Polka Dot Man was. I didn't know who the Javelin, I forgot. Like, there's so many characters in DC that I forgot who some of those people were. Mm-hmm. But you watch this trailer, you may not know that that's the Riddler, but you know that there's always some type of somebody, a trickster, someone always being an antagonist to Batman using jokes. Okay. You may not know who Catwoman. There's always a different iteration of Catwoman, but if you see a woman with cat ears, you're like, and
the one person that we saw Colin Farrell.
Yes, and stop.
He will be Penguin.
Stop using pretty people for ugly roles.
They're actors.
First of all, for those of us who are only slightly attractive, mildly, depending on what day it is, and we shave, give us those roles. We should not be held to the standards of a god like Colin Farrell. Colin Farrell's an attractive man. We saw him in San Diego. He's a small man. Yeah. He walked past us.
Oh, because he was for Fantastic Beasts? Okay, yeah.
He's an attractive man. He's a small man, but he's an attractive man. Stop that. There are enough ugly people out there that you could have got you an ugly person. Or a regular looking person. I'm sorry, I don't mean to use the word ugly.
Yeah, I mean, geez. Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, you like, I was like, that's not Colin Farrell. And people were like, yes, it was. I was like, no, it's not. And I was like, oh, shit, that is. My bad. But I was like, he looks nothing like Colin Farrell. And
he's in the role.
And that's great, but I was like, you spent all this money to put makeup on this dude. When you just could have got this dude.
But maybe they didn't bring
I understand that.
to life.
I guess I understand that. It's just one of those things where I'm like, you hired him to look like that? I want to see Colin Farrell like he was in The Recruit. I want to see the smooth Colin Farrell.
He wants to see smooth Colin Farrell. You let us know what you want to see in the Batman coming up in 2021. Also, that was cool with the question mark, zero question mark.
Yeah, because Corona was like, it may come out 2022.
Who knows? Maybe. You can always find us here on YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOText.com.
What was your favorite part about the trailer?
There we go. Let us know in the comments on YouTube, or anywhere for that matter. Hit that like bell. Also, like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff.